Hi everyone. So I'm just doing a impromptu introduction video at the moment. I'm starting this channel because I've had some interest in this for the past few years. Never got around to starting the channel, but now I think I have enough information and enough drive to figure out how to do the channel. And also, um, I have to explain that I've been successful in the past losing weight, but at the moment I'm kind of having some difficulties. So I think by doing this channel, it helped me help you, and then help us lose weight together, or help us to maintain our weight, or to help someone else we love lose some weight. So there's a lot of things I'm going to cover in this channel. You can see on my channel banner right now, I have some positive things like treadmill, low sodium condiments, like low sodium mustard and ketchup, and then low sodium chicken, low sodium cheeses and stuff like that. So it's really important to get like the sodiums low and to get exercising and get moving, but you have to find out what makes you like motivated and excited and loved. Because if there's no love, then there's no drive. So my channel is to help me lose weight, to help you lose weight, and again to help your loved ones. Again, my name is Joe, and currently I am 340 pounds, which I'm not proud of. This is my heaviest. I had gone down recently in the past year or two down to 280. So I've crept back up, and then this global problem hasn't helped very much either. I got a treadmill in my basement, but I haven't been able to use. I haven't really been like using it for like a week or two. So I'm gonna get into that about motivations about how to get back into exercising when you're not into it. But I think that by giving my information out to other people, it's gonna help me use it more instead of just being selfish and holding on to it. And of course, not everybody's open to hearing information about exercising or eating healthy, and so a lot of times I don't really have an output. I don't have a venue to talk about these things because either people are already really healthy or they don't want to hear it because they aren't healthy, and they're it's just not. There's not this, the day is too busy, right? They just don't have time to listen, or they don't want to listen. Maybe I'm not the right spokesperson, But with YouTube, you can find anybody who wants to listen to it. Maybe you'll find an audience, maybe you won't. But at least you put yourself out there, and it's really like a journal, but at the same time, I can make videos that are shorter and more concise and edited. And this is just raw because this is my introduction, just to show you who I am. So I'm a person who's been focused on eating healthy and trying to be healthy for the last let's say about 10, 15 years right now. I really didn't have like a huge interest into eating healthy when I was a young child and teenager. It started to grow during college, where I started to focus more on that. When you leave like athletic sports behind, and then you start to gain more weight, and you're starting to figure out like, okay, what is society doing to help me, and what am I supposed to do to help myself, and a lot of different things. So I'm going to go into that and a lot of other different things about where I think society should go with weight loss and health in general. But let's see, what else will I be talking about? So, society, my own weight loss, your weight loss, how to help others, how to not be in the way of others. And then, what I want you to do too is give me information too, like give me any insights to how you're losing weight, or what positive things you think society is moving forward towards. Like for me, it's like genetic testing to know that any predetermined risks to high cholesterol that my genetics has, or anybody else has, or maybe it's a blood thing, or maybe it's a heart, or there's just so many like genetically to diabetes. And I personally, I'm an advocate for genetic testing, so I'll just throw that out there. The more information you know, the better you can be informed, and basically it like heightens your awareness so that you're like, okay, everybody's at risk for diabetes and they gain weight, but I'm a little bit more, so I should really be a little bit more focused. And it's kind of, if you involve people in your life, then maybe hopefully you surround yourself with people who are like, okay, I'm not gonna like tempt that person with like the biggest cake ever, or whatever that temptation is, depending on if they are susceptible, like you we're finding out with genetics, you're susceptible to alcohol or whatever, So this is just a channel that's has going to have a lot of focuses on health, but I think health in the end, a lot of it comes back to weight loss. If you don't have the right body, chemistry, you're not going to have the right health. And so that's why they're kind of interchangeable, but I had to pick a YouTube title, and I think this one is the best. And then my mascot right now, I hope you're not offended by it, but my mascot is that overweight mouse. And I think it's very fitting, actually, because, society does a lot of tests on mice, to find out if it's right for people or whatever the testing are, so whether it's ethical or not ethical. But I just think it's, it's more appropriate than to have like an overweight person on that thumbnail, which could get in trouble. Like I put my own self there, but I'm not sure, it's probably more user friendly if I put a overweight mouse than to put a human being as my thumbnail, even if it was my own body. I'm not sure about YouTube guidelines. Don't want to get in trouble with that. So yeah, that's my mascot for the channel. The banner can give you a lot about what I'm doing with the low sodium diet, the exercising on the treadmill. I didn't add weights because I was really pushing the low sodium, but I should probably put some weights on there. Again, this is raw. I'm not editing this, so I'm just trying to give you a bit of who I am, my nervousness, just all my quirks. So let's see. What else? And we'll go into the psychology about, people who, get in the way. How do you make yourself stronger against, more resilient against people who are going to slow your weight loss, or how there's many aspects of life that contribute to weight loss or weight gain. Try to get as many things in row as possible to be successful, but also not so much that I'm sorry, I'm looking down. I should be looking up at the camera, but I'll learn that over time. I just haven't done any vlogs in a while. But again, this is not a vlogging channel. This is a weight loss tip channel, and a community channel. So somewhere people can come and also I want to say that I'm not sure if you got this far in the video, because usually people don't. But if you want to be a part of this community, I'm never going to be judgmental of your comments. Like if you're saying something that I don't agree with, I feel like bad speech should be replaced by good speech. But at the same time, if you're learning and you don't know something, you're just gonna be bombarded by new information. People will be saying, "Oh, that's not true. Here's this." But I'd ask that everybody in my channel would be a little bit more polite than typical, just to tell people this is that it's old research, or that that might seem like that would work, but here's something that actually might work better. Again, I'm still learning. Everybody's learning. And then there's just so much with genetics and health to keep it all in. And even the professionals haven't necessarily got it all down right. And I think society in general has not got it down. I think a lot of people, they have their bubbles of health, right? They're either really wealthy and can afford all the healthy foods, and their loved ones are taken care of, and they have less stress in general. And they always say, "Oh, well, it's stressful being wealthy because you have to manage all your money, right? And you have to be worried about someone taking it from you and all that stuff." But I think that's I have a bias, and I think that's personally like a less of a stress than other stressors. There's so much other grind and family trauma that is very hard to undersee. If you have family members who are having a lot of difficulties, then a lot of your time is spent taking care of them, and that can really add up to a lot of buildup of cortisol and lack of sleep on your part, and not able to get on the treadmill and to eat healthy. And you start making excuses for yourself that, like, I deserve this because I'm taking care of somebody who's a problem for me, and nobody else is helping me. And you know what I mean? You start to pity yourself, and that's how you gain weight a little bit. a little bit is the body's natural defense mechanism. I think so, at least, that, it's telling you to kind of like slow down. Like, you're eating a lot of food, like, to comfort yourself because you have a lot of stress, and it's kind of saying like retreat and kind of like figure out what's going on with yourself. But if you don't take the warning signs and you just eat and then don't, I don't think anybody really fully does that, like eats and doesn't like address the warning signs. I think they're just like, they're not able to address all the problems that are in their life. It's just too many cascading like pitfalls. And so that's my argument, is that this channel is meant to help each other, to make each other stronger, and to spread positive information, and also to make changes. I think our society needs to make changes about sodium. I think sodium needs to be reduced pronto in every single product that's on the market, basically. I'm not saying everything has to be zero sodium, but a lot less sodium. Like, Swiss cheese is the healthiest cheese I can find in terms of sodium. It's like 40 milligrams per serving. Other cheeses can be up to like 1,100 or 1,500 or even 1,800. It can be nuts. Typically some of them are 200 or whatever, but that's just like my tangent there. But I think it's a very important thing with like the sodium, because that affects our heart health. We don't want to be, that high blood pressure over time. It's just bad for our heart. It's bad for our blood vessels and everything. And also, our food is just like spiked with sugar and too much fat, and just, not saying we should go overboard with protein, but the ratios are really out of whack. And I don't think I think the food industry in a lot of ways is kind of like the cigarette industry. It's not on the way out, because food is food, right? We will always need food, but it's similar in the sense that there's just so many companies profiting off of making people unhealthy, basically. So that's just the bare facts, I would say, is, you can throw alcohol and whatever else in there. If, when you're consciously aware of what our bodies need and what our bodies don't need, I would say a lot of industries are not really thinking about moderation. And I'd say it's very hard for the general public to care about moderation when multinational corporations really aren't. So now you get to now you got to know some about who I am. I apologize for the audio quality, the video quality. I'm going to be upgrading the camera. The camera's going to stay what it is. It's the Logitech 4K Brio, but I'm going to get better lighting to fix the pixelation. And then this is a pretty good mic. It's the SM58, so it's about $100 mic. But a year or two from now I might upgrade, but that's in the future. So if you have any comments, about suggestions, about for what the channel should do, like helping me with the vision of the channel, I'm open to that. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep pushing away at it, talking about what makes it difficult for me to lose weight loss. I'm trying to have the success stories, also good information and resources. And then again, just having fun too, because if we have fun losing weight, it's infectious, It's infectious gaining weight, it's infectious losing weight. So if we can lose weight together, maybe we can make a dent in in the health and really improve people's lives. And also we can if we can change the market. If enough of us get aware and we start buying low sodium things, I'm going to have resources to show you where you can buy a lot of this low sodium stuff, because it's very overwhelming trying to find this. So I'll help you find that. Other people can help you in the comments about where to buy that. And then also healthier choices for like lower fat and lower sugars, and what exercises are the best and how much to exercise. Because we know if you exercise too much, it's bad. If you exercise too little. I'm finding for myself right now, the last thing I'll say today is I'm finding for myself that I got myself up to a pretty good exercising ability, where I was exercising like 3 to 6 times a week. Sorry, 3 to 6 times a week. But then I found out that when life gets tough, I put it off because I was like, oh, I'm going to get on the treadmill treadmill for 10 minutes, weightlift, 10 minutes treadmill, weightlift. But then I found out that sometimes that's too big of a chunk. So what I need to do is get on the treadmill for 10 minutes, weightlift. And if that's all I can do for that day, then I write it down. And then hopefully the next day I might be able to do 2 times, but maybe not. But at least doing 1 is better than 0. And then eventually you can get your life in order, and then you can add up again and go back to where I was feeling very comfortable with doing 10 minutes treadmill, lift, 10 minutes of treadmill, lift, 10 minutes of treadmill, lift. So 30 minutes a day of treadmill and lifting, like in a session, right? All together. So it took me about like probably 45 minutes. But at the moment, just keep pushing it off because I'm thinking I need to do all of that and not just do the 10 minutes. So break things up. Just like you have all your stress and you have to break things up in order to accomplish that, sometimes you're not going to get the ideal exercise situation. So just do that 10 minutes and then write it down, and then maybe your life is more together tomorrow and you can do 20 minutes. So nice to meet you all. I'm Joe again, and we'll get to know each other. So have a great week. And I want to say that, we need to really love each other. We need to really be kind to each other, and we really need to not be so selfish, because I would say this global problem is difficult on everybody, and I feel that we just have to listen to each other more and be there for each other. And I feel profit, it's always going to be there, but I feel profit should be secondary to health and society and the future and hope. If there's profit only for a few, there's not hope for many, because that's a lot of politics and that's a lot of economics. I'm not necessarily supporting one political party or the other, but I just say that I think both political parties in the United States could do more, and I think across the world we could do more to give this world more hope for the next day, the next month, the next year, because I think that we're a bit too focused on what age we're going to retire, how big our bank account's going to be, and how many children we're going to have. And we're not really concerned about how much children someone else is going to have, how somebody else going to live when they're like 50. Are they going to feel like they're a valued member of society, or is that completely their responsibility? And is my life just perfect if everything in my life's going right, but when some other person's life isn't going right and they bump into my space, well, that's why, in the United States, at least, that's why we have like huge prison populations and wealth inequality. People are like, we're bumping into each other, and we're like, not in my space, or I'm kind of going to ignore your problems or whatnot. But again, that's a little bit deep conversation for a video introduction. But as you'll know, when you get to know me, I sometimes do tangents, and that's why I'll do like more poignant videos instead of such a long video introduction. But again, it is a video introduction, so it's more raw, and I'm not going to edit it. So future videos will be edited. If I have other channels like Tech We Love and Audio Sound, where I do edit my videos, and I will edit it here too. I just I really want to get some of these thoughts out, and I guess I wanted weight loss channel to be more psychological, like getting behind what makes me tick, and kind of like it's therapeutic too, to be able to talk to you, to be able to hear my thoughts out loud, and to try to make a difference in the world. The weight loss channel is my attempt to change society for the better and to grow and to motivate myself to lose weight. So I'll take care. You take care too. Okay.